studying in Canada stress-free? Let me show you how to register on Imibody in just a few clicks. First, head over to imibody.com. This is your all-in-one study abroad assistant. Next, click on the register button at the top right corner. Click on student registration, as that's the example for the day. Click on get started. Provide your first name, last name, email address, and password. Please ensure your password follows the provided guidelines below. Now click on create account. Once you do this, please read carefully the terms and conditions and then accept the terms. After accepting the terms and creating the account, you would get 2 emails to your email inbox. The first one will be a welcome to Imibody email, and the second one will contain an activation link to activate the account you have just created. Click on the activate my account button in the email to activate your account, and then you can sign in to proceed with the next steps.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Choco Millionaire. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome. It's been a while. I have a live interview here. I will be speaking with Dr. Harrison from Ray Immigration, and I'll also be speaking with 2 other individuals who want to share their journey to Canada or their visa stories. If today is your first time watching, welcome to Choco Millionaire. I hope you are doing fine. Now, last year, some of you were with me and a whole lot of our African brothers to worship in Niagara Falls, in the city of Niagara Falls. Joe Meta was the headline artist together with other musicians. Niagara Falls last year through the Eastwood Anaba Ministry, we had a great time worshiping God. So that event is happening again. The EA Ministry, Eastwood Anaba Ministry, is coming your way with another massive worship this particular fall, and this time around they have a lot of people coming to grace the event. One of them is your favorite singer of My Daddy, Sumi Sola, if I pronounce the name right. Sumi Sola will be in Canada, and she will be headlining that particular event, Falls Worship. It's happening this month of October, next month, October, I should say. I will be putting the details on the screen, so just look out for it and block it on your calendar. We're going to have lots of fun. I would love to see all of you there, so make sure you are there. So that is it on your screen. Falls Worship happening Sunday, October 12th from 6 p.m. And this time around, it is happening in Niagara-on-the-Lake at a church called Central Niagara. Okay, so that's a church, that's a location. The address is on the screen. I'll encourage you to if you can mute your background for me, I appreciate that. Yeah, we have Simisola as a headline, and then we have other artists as well on the screen. So please do your best to attend. Don't miss that. Invite your friends, my Nigerian brothers and sisters, my Ghanaian brothers and sisters. Please invite your friends. Let's come and worship, okay? Let's come and worship. You can also register for this event. I will be putting a link in the description box. There is a link for this event at Eventbrite. So those of you who are looking for an event to attend in Canada, that's probably a good one for you, right? So Sumi Sola Agbebi will be there. You also have Toby Odunta. If you remember Toby Odunta last year, Toby Odunta was with us for Falls Worship 2024 when Joe Meta was here. This time around, Toby will still be there. And you also have Trey Dihani. Trey Dihani will also be ministering, and then your very own Eastwood son Achi Anaba will also be ministering. We have some surprises coming your way. Just keep your dials locked on this channel. I will be bringing it to you. You can come. It is happening at Central Niagara. The address is 680 York Road, Niagara on the Lake, and the date is October. The 12th of October. It starts at 6 p.m. It's open to the public. Come with your friends and let's have fun. All right. So that is my own daddy there. I mean, my big brother. He for No More was with Joe Metal at last year's Force. You can see the photos in there. This is my wife on the right hand side with Joe Metal. Same event last year. Okay, so if you were there, you probably also got some photos there. And then myself here with Joe Metal. Don't mix this year's Force worship happening on the 12th of October. Block it down. If you remember, I don't know if Dr. Harris, you remember that song? It's a very popular song. My daddy, your baby is here waiting. There's a very popular song. Yeah. So she will be here. She'll be gracing the event for us, and then she'll be ministering. So come and watch. Doc, enough of the talking. Nice to have you back. How are you doing?
Oh, not bad. I'm just recovering from very serious illness. But thank God I'm here today.
Thank you. So yeah, I spoke with you somewhere last week. You were not feeling well, but I'm happy to know that you're much better today. All right. Now we will be talking about immigration trends in Canada. The data coming out is not looking good so far. The general data. So if you're an international student wanting to study here, you might really want to pay attention. I also have a gentleman here on the screen whose name is Alexander. Alex, I'll be bringing you on very soon. So just stay tuned. So I was looking at the data. Probably I should put that data here for us to take a look. Okay, I think I have it here. The data shows that between January to April ending, visa approval rate has been down significantly. We have only 23% thereabout of approval rating. So that means that close to 80% of visas were not approved. Now, remember, there are many people who are applying from outside of Canada. There are those who also are applying from inside of Canada. So it's a broad data there. But, Doc, is that something that you've also been looking at? Is that something we should be, people should be paying attention to?
Yes, I would say yes, because if you look at it, I've been telling myself something like we're in the era right now whereby the immigration department, or should I say the government, is trying to put out data to let people know that people are not coming as much as before. To me, I find it interesting because I see if they are happy that okay, the trend of 2024, 2023 is declining. The numbers that they had previously is not as high as before. They're trying to meet their target, and they are working towards that direction. Now, if you look at study permit, for instance, 32% approval, and that is about 68% refusal. You'll be wondering that what happened. As much as this is affecting the colleges and universities, or I say schools in Canada, but in line with the immigration policy, they're trying to see how they can be on a very good, sustainable inflow of students within the next few years. So I would say it's a thing that people should pay attention to, because currently they've been indirectly updating some policies and most people are not aware of as at August 1st. Now, if you want to come study in Canada, they just updated it. If your education is more than 1 year, you need to pay the first 1 year school fees. This was never announced, but they just updated it and they left it there. And of course, you're aware that the upkeep has been increased again starting September 1st of this month. And that's to tell you that they're trying as much as possible to even reduce further. I won't be surprised if I see that approval rate is probably less than 32% for study permits coming the next quarter or probably next year, beginning of next year. Yes.
Okay. So some people are still getting their visas. We call them the lucky ones, right? Whilst majority are not getting it, some are getting it. Of course, there are so many factors that go into making an application a successful one. I will be speaking to some of the people who we've worked with, and then we'll see if there's any lessons we can glean from their stories. Permit me to bring in Alice. Alice, how are you doing today?
Fine. How are you doing too?
I'm doing very fine, Alice. Alice, tell me what your story is working on your visa. I'm pretty sure. How did it start? If you want to just share a bit of your story with me, yeah.
Okay. Oh, my name is Alexander. Currently, I'm in UNF now by the help of Immigration led by Dr. Harrison. Yeah, actually, I was in Niagara College completing this year, October. So I decided to pursue master's degree. I was applying to so many schools. So UNF was one of them. I applied to UNF. Unfortunately, I got rejected. They didn't give me the application. So last year I was watching a program and I saw you were interviewing Dr. Harrison again last year. So I watched, and a certain man was giving the testimony about how they helped him with the visa application and also the family application. So I decided to contact him and I told him that, oh, I've applied to UNF. I went to Imibody. They had a platform that has a lot of schools there in which you can apply to. And even some of them, they don't take you application fee. They are free. I didn't know. Even I applied myself, most of them, and I was paying application fee. But with their platform, most of them were free. Most of the schools, the colleges, and the universities, the applications were free. So as I saw your program, I contacted him and I told him that, oh, I've been rejected. So he said, no issue with that. I should just give him my application details. Then we are going to appeal. So even I was surprised. He was very dedicated. He came to me. He drafted a letter. We sent to the school. We waited for them for some time. And voila, I got the LOA, letter of acceptance, that, oh, now I've been accepted. I was even shocked that really he made it come to pass that I got this LOA. So from there, I told him that, okay, from there, then I will let him handle my study permit too. So then when we went through the study permit application too, he gave me some questionnaire. I answered them. He went to review it, brought it back again, some correction, did some correction, made a lot of changes in my SOP. Then after that, we reviewed it again and we sent the application. I think we did it in around June. By September, he told me already he had got a reply from them that I'll be getting my study permit to the UNF. Even I was even surprised because a lot of people, their study permits were rejected. So I was even happy, praising God, thanking you that, okay, at least I met Dr. Harrison Tigri through immigration and they were dedicated to help me get this my study permit. And from there, we are moving forward with my family application too because my wife already had a master's. So I want to bring my wife so that she can get the open work permit. So as I'm schooling during my master's, she can get the open work permit. So we are in the process of applying for my open work permit too. But they are really, really dedicated and they'll go all length with you, address all the issues that we have so that you come up with the best application. And because of what they are doing, definitely you are going to be approved. Your application will be approved. Yeah, because of the way they are dedicated, going about with their clients is very good. It's very good.
Okay,
So
so
this is what I can say about them.
thank you. I like your vote of confidence in working with Immigration and how you think that others could also have a successful story like yours. But I probably want to just issue a disclaimer that Immigration is not an immigration or visa approving or agent, right? So they are not the
Yes,
visa officers. They do the
yes,
very best
yes.
to make sure they provide you with the counseling or the guidance professionally, and then
Yeah, the guidance is top notch. Yeah, the guidance
yeah.
and yeah, yeah.
So it's possible that your story could be like Alex as well if you are watching this and then you do the right things, okay, and you put the right applications through. Of course, immigration keeps changing, so we also want to be updated to see what is happening now. Alex, we've connected before, your early days, when you like you said, you initially got an admission to study in a college, and then I
Yes,
met you, right? We ran into each other at a point, we talked. and you have an interesting background. But what I remember from my initial conversation with you is that you were really keen on wanting to have your family with you. You didn't want to be away from your family. So what you studied was important for you. And of course, at the time you came in, they had just made the change to the open work program that you couldn't bring your spouses on an open work permit if you are studying in a college, right? So that was a big one for you, a big blow for you, especially at the time when you came in and then you were looking forward to bring your spouse. So therefore, you were seriously considering switching to a master's or going into a master's, because the master's option still gives you the opportunity to bring your spouse and your case on, especially your spouse on an open work permit. So if I want to just conclude, I think that is one of the things that drove you into making a decision for a master's, correct?
Yes, that is the major. Yeah.
Good. And you said you were not successful with the admission application for your master's, but after you worked,
yes, they didn't give me they didn't give me the acceptance. Okay. So I was even surprised that they said my GPA was a little bit low, but Dr. Harrison was saying no issue. He's going to talk with them. He will bring up application. I should just give him my application number so that we start appealing from there. So he took over and he did everything. He showed me the application, what he has written. Then he sent it. He gave me a copy too.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm excited for you. You've gotten your visa approved as well. It was really fast. You said a lot of people were waiting, but you got yours approved. So have you started your study? We are in fall. I imagine you've already started your studies. Have you started?
Yes. Orientation will be 29th this month. Yeah. So I'm just waiting I've done all my registration, just waiting for the orientation. Then we can start 29 classes.
Okay. And you're preparing to also submit an open work permit for your wife and
yes.
I'm correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I wish you all the best there. Okay.
Thank you very much. And I recommend re-immigration to everybody. Everybody must come get access with them, and they will give you a top-notch information so that you will be approved. It's like automatically it will be approved the way they go about their
I don't want to say automatic because it may have been automatic for you, but it could be different for others, right?
Yeah.
All right, Alex, I know you because I've seen your face before, but others can't see you, and obviously you are offline right now. Here's a question for you, Alex. We want to know you a little bit. Can you tell us a bit about your background, professional background, academic training, why you came to Canada and all of that? If you can just briefly tell us a bit about you.
Okay, actually, I was working outside, not in Ghana. I was working outside in the Middle East, and really I wanted to bring my family with me. But as you know, Middle East is not comfortable bringing your family with you, especially if the lady wants to work. It's not all the work. My wife too is an engineer. It's not all the work that ladies can be doing in the Middle East. So I decided to move to Canada, in which you have a broader scope, more opportunity for everybody who wants to work, despite the gender, whether engineering or any occupation that you want to do. That's why I came to Canada.
Okay, which country in the Middle East were you working at, and what's your professional background? The background there?
Actually, I'm electrical and automation engineer.
Okay.
Electrical and automation engineer, and my wife too is a network engineer. Yeah.
Okay. And which country were you at before you moved? You said you were in the Middle East. Which country was that?
Yeah, I was working in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
A better and a good company, but money is not everything. You have to consider the family too. You cannot gain all the money and your family will not be in order. At least your family also must be with you. Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you worked?
A lot of money, but I have to take this decision. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Alex, how long did you work in Saudi for?
12 to 13 years.
That's a long time, huh?
Yeah, that's a long time. So,
and where are you originally from?
Hello?
Where are you originally from?
Oh, from Ghana. I'm from Ghana.
You're from Ghana. Okay. Which part of Ghana?
Yes.
Which region?
Oh, Accra. I was based in Accra because I was working in Tema, and to Accra, Makati Hill, and Tema. Yes.
Okay, so you work in Ghana as well before moving to Saudi to work there for about 12
Yes,
years.
I was working in Ghana. I was working in Ghana maybe around 6 years before I moved to Saudi to work 13 years there.
Okay. And prior to coming to Canada, what was your highest level of education? Which institution? Where did you school and stuff like that?
Oh, okay. I went to Ghana Telecom University. Yeah, and my background is in engineering before I came to even Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. So, Alice, we wish you all the best with your studies and also with your family. Hopefully, your family joins you. How many kids you got, Alice?
2.
Okay. How is life in Canada? How is life in Canada?
Oh, it's good. Well, it's really good if your family is with you. It's really nice. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Alice,
So
the
far
code
as you
study catch.
are,
The code study catch. Your wife know you are feeling cold already. Yeah.
oh, I've gone for a blanket, a heating blanket. So that's the one I'm using now.
All right, Alice, thank you so much. Final words
Very
to
nice.
everybody who's watching, who probably also is considering the decision that you also took. Your motivation for traveling is totally different, but is there any message you have for anybody who could be watching you from Ghana or any part of the world?
Yeah. The message I have for them is whatever you have decided to do, don't get panic. Be positive in mind, and always pray to God that everything will be successful, and indeed everything will come to pass. Yeah, and always remember that the family is more important than everything. So always you must make sure that your family is with you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you.
Alice, the family man.
Yes.
Thank you, Alice. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. So, folks watching, that was Alice from Ghana. He had worked. He also a degree from the Ghana Telecom University in Ghana, and after his studies, he worked for 6 years in Ghana around the Tema area. He also lived in the Makati Hill area there, and he moved to Saudi Arabia. Worked there for about 12 years, process engineer, and realized that there's more that he wants to do with his family. Of course, some restrictions there working in the Middle East. So he decided that he will consider Canada, and he moved to Canada. However, he came to study initially at a college. I first met him when I went to that particular campus to interview students and assist some students who were doing the orientation. So I ran into him and we had a chit chat. And I remember he was really frustrated. He said, Choco, oh, I'm just about starting my program, doing orientation. I want to bring my family, but they just brought this update that you cannot bring your wife on a spousal permit, open work permit, if you are schooling at a college level. What do I do? And I remember giving him some advice, and I said, you know what, stay close, follow my channel, and let's see what happens, right? I gave him some tidbits here and there. I may have even given him 1 or 2 schools here and there. And then lo and behold, later on, I interviewed Dr. Harrison, the gentleman in the screen and lower portion there, and we talked. And that day when he watched my video, he decided to reach out to Dr. Harrison and then told Dr. Harrison, look, I've already applied to a master's, even though I'm in a college here, but I didn't get the admission. They did not give me the admission. So Doc looked at it and said, you know what, let me take it up. I will fight this for you. I'll appeal for you. Doc reached out to the school and Doc, so what exactly did you do? You can see he was praising you. Alice, we are done with the interview. You can exit if you want to, okay? You can exit the interview if you want to. Yeah, so
So
Doc,
what we
briefly talk about Alex's situation, how you work with him, and then
what I did was, I wouldn't say it's different from what someone that is okay. Let me use the word, because I've been in education for years. I understand that most times the admission office don't consider some certain things when they're reviewing some documents. So Alex has mentioned has been in a college in Canada, a post graduate or certificate program. So what I did was I asked Alex, do you have your transcript for that school? Said yes, there's a transcript. I said, okay, let me have it. I understand that your previous education, the grade is not good enough. That's why you'll be refused. And you've not been able to present to them a leverage, which is the education you're having currently in Canada. And that is what I'm going to use. He said, is that possible? I told them about it. I had a student counselor. We spoke about it. He told me there's nothing that can be done. And hence, there's no way I can get this admission. I really need this admission. I said, don't worry, Alex. Let me look at your transcript. Let me look at the previous one, your certifications, that because you've been working as an engineer for some time. Let me see everything. Let me see your profile, your documents, and all. He sent it to me, and I looked at it. I drafted a one page, more than one page actually, appeal letter. So my focal point was I was pointing to the fact that his current education in Canada was really good. It's not as bad as the one in Ghana. And that alone shows that he's not much better in terms of assimilation, being a better student, performing better, because school are worried, can you perform while you're here? So now showing his current education and his transcript gave him a level. And the school said, okay, Harry, this is what we're going to do. The condition for to have him as our student, he must graduate. I said, that is fine. Alex is already writing his final exams as when we spoke. And by August, it will be done with his exam. So definitely before September, there will be its diploma to show. And he presented the transcript by August again, and I followed up with them. So we went before then, we had a first semester transcript. We're waiting for the second semester transcript August. So the first semester was one I used. So there was a condition that the admission is given to him on the grounds that he will graduate from Niagara College. I told Alice, do you accept? Do you intend to complete, or do you said no, I'm going to complete this? And then that's fine. So I responded that yes, please proceed. And they issued the admission. The condition was also there. And I told him that I'll be expecting the full transcript by end of August. He provided it. I sent it to them, and he's done with his college program now. And to the best of part of it is that he even got a scholarship over $22,000, and that drastically reduced his school fees from over almost 40,000 to $17,000.
You got a scholarship of $22,000, you said?
Yeah, someone that couldn't secure the admission ended up securing admission with scholarship. So what we did was just to work with the document that he has that he's not been able to use. Then we just communicated and just discuss with the school, what can we do? There's something we have here that we can use to get him in. And here we go. He's already preparing for orientation by 29th of this month. Yeah.
No wonder he was full of confidence in you working with you. Yeah, I'm happy that you got a scholarship. Definitely helps in reducing the school fees burden, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you're still going to be busy with him working on the other for the wife.
Yeah, so it's not that I'm not feeling too well.
Okay.
I've initiated it. I told him that I'm just recovering. By next week, we should get started, and by then we can start looking at it. Like I told him, is being patient is very important, because in his case, he has been struggling to secure this admission for months and nothing. So when he met me and I approached it, because one thing I tell people is that ability for me to think of a way out is best for me. So if I'm not in the right state of mind to do that, it's not good for me. So that's why I told him, give me time, let me recover properly, and I can think clearly, then we can look into your file. Because right now we're talking about study permit refusals for student. What is happening now for family is even worse. The data is not clear yet because they mixed it up as temporary resident permit, but lately from August, there's a new trend of refusal that I've been seeing for families. The concerns, what I'm thinking is, can the family survive if there is no employment? That is what I've been reading in hiddenly in the refusal letters. Now that ODM is here, so being very careful and be strategic on families now. So yeah, so we're going to be looking at that in the next few days. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. We have somebody joining us here. This is a familiar voice, but definitely not the face. The first time. Hello, sir. Welcome to Choco Millionaire.
Hello. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. Good morning, sir.
Beautiful. Tell us your name and where you are connecting from.
My name is Jerry. I'm connecting from Niagara
Okay.
College, Canada.
You are in the Niagara region.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not far from me. We have to see each other, eh?
Yes,
So
sir.
where are you? Which country? What's your background? I'm from Ghana. What about you?
Nigeria,
Nigeria. Which state?
Imo State.
Imo State. I have an Imo State family living in my house right now. From Imo State. I say
Oh,
on
I
a
see.
like a go. Where?
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'll get in there, man.
No. Uh, I, Jimmy, I can speak, yeah, but
Maybe.
it has to be in the mood. Like it
Okay,
can't just
okay.
come out like that.
Don't worry, don't worry.
But
Next
I'm
time
still learning. I'm
I
still
went it.
learning.
I went native to get you in the mood next time. All right. So, what's your
Okay.
story? Tell us your story. What's your story?
It's my story. I see it as a miracle nowadays. It's not just like it just happened because it's not like the normal way that it happened for the people I know. And even for my little brother, when he came here for studies as well, it was just once. But my situation, I finished school 2021, and I was back in my country. Then I did my NYC and rounded up 2022. Now, you can imagine from 2022 trying to start the process of studying. It was studying abroad in a new country that I haven't been to, which is Canada. And first, I stayed with my parents, so it was my parents that were initiating it as well. Like, oh, the person that did it for your little brother as well, you should still talk to this person as well. And mind you, I had faith in the. It's more like having faith in a person that you say, okay, because you helped this person, that means you should be updated with the rules and all that. And then I wasn't really paying attention to any news or what I'm supposed to do on my part. So I'll get, okay, go do this, go do that, go do that, rather than asking or rather than just being prepared. So everything prolonged and prolonged. And from 2022, I finally submitted a proposal, a study permit in 2023, and it was refused. And it was refused for so many reasons that would have just been sorted out. And because I know people that did this and it worked out. And I was still like, why? Then I just resubmitted so quickly because I was maybe thinking it was a mistake. The same thing. Then I started realizing that you just don't submit like that because it tarnishes your reputation and all that. And in the process of doing that, I met a friend, and she too, she was relocating, and she introduced me to Aris, Dr. Aris, and but I was in a space of it's not like I did not believe, but it was more like I'm so humbled that it's hard to express the way I feel. So I just want guidance and someone that knows it better than I do. And because I felt like I knew some things, but I didn't. And during that period, I started the whole process again, but there was a change again. You have to get a power letter, and then it was a long process again. So I had to wait for almost a year. Then after almost a year, then I submitted and it was refused again. The third
So
time.
that's the third refusal. Okay.
Yes, the third time. And then I started left with me, I got tired. But then when I spoke to Dr. Harris, the way he sounded was it's the way he sounded that was much more compelling because I had to tell my parent that, oh, he's like, he knows what he's going to do because he's like, he has seen that the person just was just maybe biased or just wanted you to redo it again. But there were so many, it was not like bigger reasons that it couldn't be solved, but I didn't see it that way. I saw it like another 3 to 4 months of me still waiting and waiting and all that. And this time around, I had no second option, no second plan. It's just have faith. And he just did it on his own. And the next thing is like, oh, Jerry, just give me an updated document of just two documents. And the next thing, I just asked my parents about it, and boom, they gave it to me. He submitted, and it took maybe almost 2 months, and I got an approval like that. So right now, it has not synced in, but it happened in a way that I had already. It's not like giving up, but the three trier had already made it in a way that any forum I enter and talk about it is like, you should focus on another country. So when he took it upon himself to even do it without me even, though I realized that yes, he's working on my application, but he did it in a way whereby, okay, just leave it to me, focus on another thing. And when he came, that's what made it much better because I had somebody that knew my whole situation, and without even telling him, oh, this is what I went through, this is what I went through, he already knew it. It's basically like him himself working on his own application. So when it happened like that, and it took just a week because I just got here on Sunday, so everything happened so quickly, and it helped me with the flight ticket. I came here on Sunday. Now Wednesday I'm in school already, so I couldn't pass on this opportunity to tell anybody about how I got this favor and helped and how God used them, because it's still a miracle and I'm still grateful. So
Nice,
that's
nice.
it.
Thank you so much, Jerry, for sharing your success story there. Jerry from Imo State in Nigeria. Jerry
Yeah.
completed school around the 2022 there, about 2021, you said, right?
2021, yeah.
2021, did his National Youth Service, NYC, and then NYS, correct? And then after that, you decided to look at traveling to study further, correct?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
you unfortunately went through bouts of refusals. The first one was 2023 when you applied, and
Yes.
everything by yourself, you submitted and you didn't get it. You thought it
Yeah.
was a mistake. You retried again. Right away, you tried again, and then you didn't get it. And then
Yes.
changes were announced by the government of Canada. So now you needed to have a PAL, provincial
And I had to
application.
wait for months for
You had
everything to be sorted out.
exactly. So you waited again, and then you tried a third time, and you still didn't get it. So you became more skeptical now. You go into forums where people are talking about Canada visa and stuff, and you're like, I feel like everybody knows your story already. That this one, give up and try another.
Yeah.
Did you consider other countries at that point, or you just
No, I actually did, but it was more like going on online and seeing where is much more affordable, because if I was going to go to a different country, is totally a different country that has no ties to do with the US or Australia or Canada, like a totally different. So anytime I tried it, it felt like I had no, I couldn't see myself living there, or I couldn't, maybe I was not going to integrate properly there as well. And I didn't want the part whereby I do it and I'm still going to be depending on my parents. So I just stopped. But I thought about countries like Spain as well, but it was just me thinking and thinking. But for the last time, which was the fourth trial, the after the rejection, I for some reason I didn't think of any other country. I just, if it happens, it happens, because of the way he spoke to me. So that's one thing I would tell anybody is like I was just leaning on just faith and God.
mm,
Like I had, because if this would have not worked, maybe it's now then I will start saying, had I know, I would have thought of this, thought of that. But I was gonna be totally crushed because I had no backup plan, nothing, nothing. So when it worked, it's like wow. So it actually did because I just believed 100%, and that's it.
amen, amen, amen. And he also gave you some resources or guidance on your ticket, how to buy your ticket and how to arrive.
Yes,
And here you are. You said you've been here for about a week now, already
yeah,
studies, and then you are enjoying it already, correct?
yes, exactly.
So
Yeah.
what are you studying? What course or program is it?
It's under digital marketing, social media management. So it's about branding as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a 1 year program.
I definitely need a lot of that knowledge. So please
So
study it well and come
it's
and help.
basically on AI. It's
Okay.
literally on AI and the branding and how to. It's basically on writing, but not the typical type of letter IoT type of letter,
Okay.
but basically the type that you put yourself in the shoes of maybe a brand for maybe a footballer agency or maybe for the banking or maybe
Mhm.
KFC. You're trying to retain people and customers and all that. So, in case if I'm going into sales or something, I could just branch
Okay.
in there as well.
Please study it well so that you can come and help me with the knowledge in the future. Okay.
All right, so
All right. Are you? How old are you, sir?
27.
27. Okay.
Yeah.
And is this your first visa you've secured, or you've had the other visas in the past?
Yeah,
So
for
any other?
Cyprus. I studied in Cyprus as well, so
Okay.
that
So
was my
you
first visa.
you have some jackpot experience already.
Yes, because even apart from that, when you get a visa, you still have the ability to go and transit, stop in different countries as well. And sometimes it can take a day. And sometimes you have the liberty to move around and leave the airport as well. So I
Okay.
utilize things like that. So, but it's just one country that I have a
Yeah.
visa for.
Okay. How was it like studying in Cyprus?
It was just for study
Hmm.
purpose only. But now I realize now that most people go there, even if they have studies, they studied back home, they go there just like the way they come here as well to
Okay.
utilize the whole purpose as well. But then it was more like, why are you working instead of studying as well? Now I understand that some people had to just do what they had to do.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So there are some sisters who are watching in the corner. They want me to ask you whether
All
you're
right.
single or you're married. They want me to ask you whether you're single or you're married.
Me, I'm single though. I need to hustle. I've not
Okay.
hustled
So
yet.
says he said he's single. He needs to hustle. Okay. Thank you very much, Jerry, for sharing that. Where did you school in Nigeria? Or your background, a little bit. Let's know you a little bit. Your background.
I schooled in a private school and I finished, I think, 2008. Then I
Okay.
left the country when I was 17. And I was then in Europe for 5 years or so.
Mhm.
And I came back and served. So it's just that.
Okay.
Nothing special, but yeah.
Okay. 1 week in Canada so far. How is the weather treating you?
It is not 1 week, it's 3 days.
Oh, 3 days actually. Okay, that's very fresh. So
Yeah.
far, how is the weather treating you? You liking it?
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm still looking for a place to stay, yeah, but
Okay. So
like,
we'll talk about that later on. I might be able to help in that area. Okay.
all right.
Okay. And have you found any swallow already?
Swallow, you mean like the food?
Yeah. Any African food in Nigerian dish? Any
The-
swallow?
I think I should be repping my country when it comes to food, but it's not like that for me.
So
I
KFC.
Yeah, I survive with bread and eggs and milk and so just the basic because I try to go to the gym and run. So
Okay.
I don't need much.
Okay. Yeah, it's true. You don't need much. Man shall not live by bread, what? Alone, right? Yeah, we need to hit the gym too. Thank you so much, Jerry, for watching. Final words to anybody who is watching who probably may have also been through your experience, rejections, giving up, probably no faith, no hope. Like any message? Yeah.
It's easy. It's literally easy to especially because when you want to travel, you tend to ask questions about which particular location that you want to go to, how is the place, and you get to meet different people that tell you, okay, yeah, this is good, this is the pros and cons, but they still tell you have a backup plan as well, and it's easier, especially when you know age is not by your side, because I started the process when I was 23, and it's is now I turned 27. I was still trying the process as well. And so I don't know if I'm lucky to still have a parent that just said no, stick to this particular one, and Dr. Harrison as well that just made it. He treated me like a brother, a little brother as well, and I think that's the best part about that because my parents, even if they wanted me to travel, it would have not worked out if the right person was not on my own case, because there are some documents you bring, then I get to tell her, no, it's not this. And she has to probably, or my dad will have to probably go look for it again. And everything is stressful. It's not like a week something most times. Sometimes it takes time to get this document. And most people don't like that. But if I explain, sometimes they call him as well. He talks to them calmly. So my point is, have family that are not going to tell you, not just have a backup plan, but they are going to tell you, have faith in, if it's one thing you want to do, even if there's a backup plan, the backup plan should be supporting the forward plan, the first one, not because this country does not work out, then you jump to this country. And that is how you start blaming everybody for if this did not work out. So it's just have faith, because
Okay.
when you feel like it's not going to work out, then that's when it usually works out most times.
Amen. When you feel like it's not going to work out, that might just be when your breakthrough will come. Have faith, have the right support behind you as well, from families to non-family members who are interested in you succeeding. Thank you so much, Jerry, for spending time with us. We wish you the very best in Canada as you study. We look forward to connecting with you again. All the best, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So that was Jerry from Nigeria, Imo State, who studied in Nigeria, then went to Cyprus and came back to Nigeria, and has spent the last 3 to 4 years applying for its Canadian student permit, and unfortunately went through 3 refusals, and finally somebody passed a word, connect with Dr. Harrison, and the result is that he was able to get it. Just a disclaimer here, Dr. Harrison does not guarantee visa approval. He is not a visa officer. He's a certified immigration consultant who understands immigration rules, the changes, the dynamics, and then how to navigate it. With your own available documents and your own resources, he definitely could help guide you, point you to the right direction there. Doc, thank you so much for what you do for our brothers and sisters.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. You have something you want to say? Yeah, you can go ahead.
Jerry's case is really special because God actually showed himself. When I met that young man, he said he's never been to church for years. His mother is a Catholic, and he told me that he doesn't believe in all that anymore. I said, why? He said he just felt like God is not on his side. I said, why would you say that? I said, now you are not speaking with someone that will take you back to God. He said, I said, do you want this visa approved? I said, yeah. I said, then you need to go back to God. So just before I submitted the first one, that's when we had the conversation. I told him that you need to go back to church, you need to reconnect with God. He said, okay, I will try. He started, and we got the refusal. I spoke with him. I saw the reasons were just doesn't make sense. The officer was just pointing things that were not even baseful. I was like, okay, we have option. Okay, go to court, but the family was like, can we do it again? I said, yeah, sure. And we went back in. Nothing special we did. The same document reviews. We just got updated versions of them, and of course we resubmitted the application. At that time, he told me that, as a matter of fact, one of their properties the mother gave to a church, and now he's been worshiping in the church. He's been following up with the church. He's praying. He's now fasting, and he's been connecting with God more than before. And I just said, "What you know? What this is God just showing Himself."
Man.
And you can hear him talking about faith. This guy was nothing about. He doesn't want to be here about it. And yes, he's not talking about faith and how God having faith in the process in God and all that. And that's just one thing I want to thank God for. At least, if for anything, what God has used him, has done through him in this case. And I'll tell people, I'm not trying to say your religion is perfect to you. You be Christian, you be anything, but have faith. Have faith in God. And since we come through, like check out all this disclaimer. The fact that I'm doing the application doesn't mean that it's going to be approved.
Yeah.
The decision still lies on the visa officer. The best I can do is put it together as professional as possible. On his own case, the first 2 applications that were submitted, you could actually tell that the person that did the application didn't know what they were doing, because the document, the refusal reasons were too many errors pointed out, and we tried fixing that. And his own case, he switched to another school, came to us. Then this private partner thing happened, no PGWP anymore. They needed to switch to another school. It's whole part delay. At some point, I was like, God, can it, in case you take in 2023 ending, when will you submit this application? 2024 came, we waited till 2025, we submitted the third application, and the officer refused it. Then I was like, okay, we waited for GCMS note again, and I saw that the reason was just he for him to specialize in social media, I needed to have experience. So I told him that you love social media, but then you need to show that you have at least a voluntary experience. So he get connected to his dad's friend's company. He was now voluntarily working there as social media manager. And the officer was pointing that his employment back home is not secure. But I was like, we're not talking about career section here. This guy wants to go to school. So I came back and I addressed that. I was like, he wants to go to study this program. There's a big market for that right now in Nigeria and Africa. And I think him being a social media expert would help. And of course, updated document from the family, financials and all that. And here we go. He got the application approved. At some point, he was not thinking, should they have been working? I said, do not start thinking that you've made bad decisions or poor decisions, waiting to come to Canada for years when you're supposed to be working. I know good day would have been secure unemployment, but you're here now. Let's not look back to what you should have been doing. What's the good thing is you're having a good volunteering experience before this time. So we went back, and to God be the glory, it got approved. When I got medical, or medical has been passed, I don't want to be too joyous or joyful. So I, I reached out to him August 27th, thereabout. I think so. That the medical has been passed. Do not get it too confused, because I know you've been disappointed a lot. As much as possible, I've seen institutional medical has been passed and they refused it. And I don't want to give you too much hopes, but I know that God is working. Just know that. Have you been praying? Said they've been fasting, praying every night. I said, that is it. I like the fact that you're back to God. Then August 8th, September 8th, a decision. Now that we are receiving two emails, we don't need to know if your reviews are approved. It came in, and of course, I sent emails to the visa office about him resuming, and I got the decision. Then I sent it to him. I said, you are not seeing what I sent to you. He said, no. I said to the mother, you need to have the mother here. The mother was like, Harry, I'm in the office, but I'll close it right now. I cannot. Let me get home. Let me get home. The mother has been thinking, African village people, they don't want my son. I was like, don't worry, man. The mother said every night she cannot sleep. 2 a.m. She's thinking, praying, praying. She just doesn't want. Even time she just calls, I will answer her. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Nothing is wrong. Nobody's trying to bring him down. God will make this happen. She told me, she gave me the testimony, said, hi, when you sent that message to me, I didn't want to call you. I was in the office. I needed to come home. I needed to come. So the school, another challenge we got was the school was that they've already started studies. Is the last day for him to come is on the night. So I told him that. The mother was not like, hey, Harry, what do we not do? I said, don't worry. Again, I reached out to the school. I wrote them that, look, we've been waiting for this. We guarantee you that it's going to be in school on Monday. I said, yes, it's going to be in school on Monday. So I told him immediately. So we got the stuff on Monday. On Tuesday, he submitted. I said by Wednesday, Thursday, you receive your passport, but then you need to buy your flight. I do assist people a long time ago, but I don't assist in flight purchases. But for him, he was like, okay, so how do I get the flight? I'm seeing so many prices. So I was just having a convo with him, and I saw a very quite affordable flight. I was even surprised, less than 2 million for right now. This period, I've been hearing people buy $3,000. I said, do you want to buy now? I was even working on faith. I didn't even believe the passport would be ready by Thursday. I said, okay, let's buy the flight for Saturday. I've promised the school that he'll be there on Monday, and they took my word. They now gave him that if he doesn't come on Monday, he has to wait till January. I said he's going to be there on Monday. Can you guys send an email, open the portal for him? They did that. They allow him registered, and I told him that okay, now let's be hopeful. When you get to your passport section, tell them that your school just started since second, then the last day is on the 9th. You need to be school on Monday. The lady she meant by the favor of God said, don't worry, we'll see how we can get it in 2 days. And they called him back. I said, see, you know what? On Thursday, don't wait for them to send you email to get your passport. Just go there and stand there. You might be lucky it's already ready. Before they will process and all that, it's time. They might not process it now, it's not closed. Then start, no, just go there. And he went there. Even when he got the passport, we need letter of introduction before he can fly. I was not like, God, you have never failed, not this time. Now we have passport. We don't have letter of introduction by Friday. It's not
Mhm.
going to. I couldn't sleep that night because I know once your passport is with you, midnight they normally update it. The first thing AM I will receive it. I was just waiting. I keep checking my email and all this. I wasn't feeling too. I was like, can you just rest? I said, if this boy does not get this document, the ticket is wasted, and I don't want to be. Oh, Harry, why did you not? I just don't want them to be disappointed again because the mother has she relies so much on calling. I said, so we bought the flight from Lagos of Abuja. It's based in Abuja. So I told him to buy two local tickets, 6 a.m. Saturday morning and 8 a.m. just in case you miss the first one, you don't miss the second one. So you don't miss your flight on Saturday because you have to be in school on Monday. Hold and behold, we received the letter of introduction. He got to Toronto Airport, no questions asked. And he told me that I'm not in class. I sent the voice note, said, called me with his new number. The mother sent me a message and reached out. So happy. I'm so happy for him because trust me, this is just God telling you that you're running away from me and you're asking for my favor. You need to come back, my boy. And he came back and he can tell you right now, I'm sure that I'll be preaching for everybody around him. So
What a story.
yeah,
You probably need some water there. You've been
yeah,
talking a long while. I know you
yeah.
want to
I'll go take my medication
yeah.
after this actually.
Yeah, what a story! Such an interesting story. Thanks for sharing the background to Jerry's beautiful testimony and a prayerful mother
Mm-hmm.
and a son who gave up at a point on God just because of the different things he's been through. Only for him to run into an immigration consultant who pointed him back to God, right? And
Mm-hmm.
lo and behold, everything was made beautiful for him at the end. Isaiah 40, verse 31, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, and they will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and never be weary. Okay, they will run and never be weary. So thank you so much, Doc, for everything you did. The story is such an interesting one, and I know somebody watching this will also be encouraged, just like the many of you who got your testimonies or your victories coming your way after you watch some of the past videos that were recorded. I hope you find yourself under the sound of our voices today. God knows better for you. Don't forget to
Mm-hmm.
be anchored in the faith. Okay, that's what Dr. Harris wants to say. And Dr. Harrison is available. You can work with him. Imibody is there, which is the platform he and his team has built to help you secure admission to some of the schools out there, possibly with scholarship, possibly without even paying application fee. All right. Some of the programs have waived the application fee just because Doc and his team have put in so much effort. So check them out. On your screen, you are seeing it roll on your screen. Imibody, your number one platform for you to apply for your schools with help and all of that. Okay. Remember, it's you're not paying, just free. Sign up. All right. Sign up and then join the platform and check it out. If it's not for you, that is fine. Keep looking. But if it's for you, some of you are looking, just make sure you look at it. I want to wrap up this video, but I definitely want us to look at the data a bit. We've talked about the refusal rates here and there. And on the screen there, we want to focus. There are different categories of visas and their approval rates, but if you carefully look at I think the fifth one on there, which is study permit, you notice how low it is. Study permit is really low among the Indians of our brothers and sisters from the country India. They are even seeing a much higher refusal rate, which is not common at all. Indians typically get a lot of visa approvals. Their visa refusal rate is almost around 80% thereabout, which is scary. You have to do a lot to put a strong application together. Don't just those days of just putting any wishy-washy, application together and hoping that it'll fly. Those days may be almost gone. You really need to convince them that you really deserve the visa. Doc, anything you want to say about this briefly before we wrap up?
Yeah, so like I said, as you can see, study permit is looking very, very low. You'll be considering study permit with self-employed class and startup visa now at some point. But just also to let you guys know, even PR applications are also receiving refusals more than before now. I've seen some refusals whereby they didn't even send request later to these people to clarify anymore. They just refused the application. So I'll tell you, like he said, don't just put in any application. You must not use a consultant or a lawyer. If you want to do this, do it well and do it strong. Pay attention to everything. So the way I think is this: if I bring this, what are the questions that will come up and how do I answer them? Then I answer them, right? So it's very important you pay attention to every single thing that you're submitting. Now, we've had refusals as well. Like Jerry just testified, he was refused even from us after being refused twice. It doesn't mean that we have not faced with this. The difference is that when I'm refused, I try to study, I try to understand it. I'm a researcher, so I go back, I look backward. What could I have done differently? How do we get this person? How do we better present this case? You can do all that and still the decision is still on the visa officer and he's not convinced. I did one, and the officer's reason was that he's not convinced that the person is going to come back. That was just the reason.
Hmm.
Right? I went, we went down to the little things because person will refuse twice, came to us. I saw the bias. I said, see, it's going to give us a really stressful process, but I'm going to put in my best. And the officer refused it. And the officer said, everything looks good, but I'm not convinced you're going to return back to your country. That's it. And you can imagine this is not because of money, this is not because of time, just the fact that he's not convinced.
Hmm.
And the officer has the right because the sole discretion is still on the officer to make a decision, right? So this is the era we are right now. This is not 2022 or 2023 that you just get it. Visitors visa then were just being approved if you they just like that. This is not Canada where you need to either study extensively thoroughly before you apply, or you get a very knowledgeable consultant. And I'll tell you, be patient with your consultant. I know, shock
Yeah.
up, will bear me witness. It's not easy. Sometimes some client will want us to get in, get out, and tell them that you will not understand. I'm a man of faith. Sometimes I tell people that sometimes in some cases I do it. Okay, to surprise you. Sometimes I've not heard from the Holy Spirit on how to proceed there. I will not be able to do anything. I will just be chilling. I will open the file and I cannot move. I'm stuck for hours just looking at document. And the client, you're not working on my case, but you don't understand because I don't like to lose. That's my goal. I don't like to lose, but there are cases you cannot control. So sometimes we just need to think a possible way. We're not building things up for you. We're using what you've given to us, but we need to be very critical on how we present it because again, Canada, you don't do interview. It is what you submit that they look through. But however, you be careful you don't submit things that are fake or fraudulent. So the original document you have, how do you present them? For instance, you look at Alex's case, admission that was refused. He has been submitted the document, but unable to present it to them to see. So what do we do differently? We just wrote a letter presenting the document that he should have been presenting. So that is what we do. We'll probably see your file. Okay, these things you'll be submitting, probably you'll be presenting it wrong for the officer. There are things you need to point out to them to pay attention to. And when they see that and the officer is convinced, why not? The visa will be approved for you. And now, just to let you know, speaking of Imibody, in order to help with the preparation of document and visa process, Imibody, our goal is to create a platform whereby you can get your admission, work on your visa, and you have a community to work with you or to discuss or guide you through things. What we've done admission, we've been updating, and I'm here to share some good news with you guys. But we've updated the platform so well that you don't have issues so as much as best as possible. But now we're releasing that immigration soon. And what is immigration precisely? I'm building something the way I think, something that can think deeper and better than the way I think and the way any lawyers that is working your case will think. What am I referring to here? Think of a platform. You want to do it yourself, fine. But this platform is going to guide you, it's going to ask you, it's going to quiz you, it's going to ask you questions that you're unable to ask yourself. And once you're done, it will help you prepare a solid application. Now, it's not a guarantee, it's just giving you a better point to submit your application, right? So if you didn't know much or how to navigate it, this will help you. It will save you from being defrauded by those local agents that are not authorized, and it will help you there. We're testing it right now. I'm going to do a closed test. I'll write Choco about it, probably have a few people from this platform to use it. And once we show that it can give at least a good prepared application, not approval, your application is well and detailedly prepared, then we'll release it to the public to use. But before then, we're testing it right now. But we're going to be rolling out the news soon, mostly in October, because we're almost done with that. We're currently on our testing phase. So Imibody is going to come stronger, come better. Our goal is to help people that cannot afford lawyers or immigration consultants, that want to do these things themselves, to do it themselves without breaking the bank. Those that really want to come start, because I've seen some applications that were refused. Two Ghanaians actually, one a PhD, sir, 3 times refusal, full scholarship with stipends, a PhD candidate, refused 3 times. I felt really very angry about that application, but they came very late and they've exceeded their time to go to court. Why? Because I saw that the officer was just picking excuses one after the other. The last time it was refused, the officer said that the funds to study. I understand financial requirement is there, but then this guy has about 95,000 stipends or salary yearly and fully paid for. Right? What exactly are you looking for? And there's another guy again, masters from Ghana as well, refused as well, full scholarship with $62,000 like that. They're about environmental scientist. But these two people have missed the opportunity. The master's admission could not get it back. It was gone. The school said once you refuse, that's it. The PhD guy, the school has been patient with him. 3 times they've allowed him to defer, and every time they refuse him, they keep increasing his allowance to help get the visa. As we speak, they couldn't meet the September because, of course, it came to us very late, and they are hoping if they can apply again. But then this is they'll be doing themselves. So this is what people are passing through, the disappointment. Dreams are being held back. Now, imagine a visa officer saying that the job he is doing back home is is too good for him to come and do his PhD on a scholarship. That's something that I wouldn't even do a reapplication. You will go to court and you explain to me how yeah, that's that. You can imagine a reason of refusing a visa. That was the reason for the third refusal. That the job he is doing back home is too important, and the company is also sponsoring him.
Mm.
Right, that sponsorship coming because he's a researcher with the PhD is going to impact a lot of lives, and you're holding him back. A fully sponsored PhD, right? So gone are those days a few years ago when you're doing PhD with funding, you are a scholar. A visa immigration, they should respect you because you're a scholar. But now a visa can just refuse you, and they don't care about the impact you're supposed to do. But yeah, so it's painful, it's personal to me, and that is why we're working on Imibody to help people better prepare for these submissions here.
Thank you so much, Doc, for the rundown and updates and different, experiences of people and what people have been doing and to get their visas. I'm also excited about the immigration body that's also coming up and all the updates that I look forward to sharing it with my audience when it is ready. If today's your first time watching, I hope you did enjoy the 1 hour of packed interviews, 2 solid interviews, and giving you updates. Remember, those of you who missed at the beginning probably may have to go back. The quiet part was said loud at the beginning of this interview that Canada keeps updating and changing the rules. Quietly in August, an update was made. All right, are you aware? Doc talked about. Doc, just summarize that real quick. The update that you talked about earlier about the 1-year tuition payment. If you can just briefly talk about that, then I will take some comments from you in the comment section. So drop your comments here.
So what they did was, this new minister of immigration, I like her because, compared to the previous one, we're going to update something. We're going to update something. So everybody's running. This one, pay attention to the Canada.ca website because updates are rolling in. And how we know, we check the last date updated, the data you see. I'm even sure probably they did something. So I went reading documentation, of course, just to keep myself updated. And I saw that now you need to pay your first year school fees plus accommodation. They put it there somehow, silently, it's there. And plus, of course, upkeep in order to apply for study permit. How it's going to be treated by visa officers, we don't know,
Don't know. Okay.
but it's there. And there's something I wanted to also, I forgot to mention, right? If you check the study permit approval, there's what we call SDS, and it was 78% approval, sir.
Yeah.
Full data. And that is student direct stream.
Direct stream. Yeah.
And for you to be qualified for that, there are things that you need to do. That was 78%, sir. Should I tell you that our approvals that we got a lot today, we use that pattern too? First year fees, we created GIC, and that was one of the conditions to be under SDS, right? But then there's a country specific.
Yeah.
Mind you, SDS was cancelled, right? So those that did the first tuition payment completely for the first year and did GIC, I can tell you confidently, sir, amongst all applications we submitted, we only had one that was refused.
Only one refusal.
And that refusal came in yesterday, and I know why it was refused. Right? And we had a lot of them. Now, I'm not saying you should do that, but think about it. What is Canada saying indirectly? Don't come and be stranded. There's a word they use in the policy, destitute student. Don't come and financially relying on the government. The next thing you're seeking asylum, or you cannot pay your fees, or you even at schools and now medicine arts, we have partnership with them. They said, Harrison, first year must be paid, non-negotiable. Schools are not even, and they told me that because they've seen a lot of students that cannot afford to pay. I'm not saying you must be very rich, right? But my point here is that if you're actually planning to come study, make financial plans as well. Because if the first year is paid, a GIC is not a must, but is recommended. I know Ghanaians are not benefiting from GIC right now, just Nigerians, but I'm pushing by the grace of God. Hopefully, we get some good news soon. I'm pushing to see if they can allow the whole of Africa countries to do it. But then the point here is that if you can at least maintain the first year fees, Ghanaians cannot set up GIC, but Nigerians can, and you can afford to still set up a GIC, and there's a good source to your income, your chances are way higher. From the data, you can see 78% as compared to 32%. All right. So financial preparedness is very, very, very important. Financial preparedness is very, very important. You cannot just wake up and say, oh, if I pay a deposit of $2,000, then my auntie will give me a bank statement, then I will come to Canada. You are not doing yourself any good. Now, I'll tell you, yes, you could get the visa, but I've also seen some students, upon getting to Canada with so much expectations, they could not even get a job and they are stranded on the street. They couldn't go to school anymore. They are dropping out. And this is the problem.
That's reality, actually. Yeah.
That's reality. And if you know you're not financially prepared for this, please take time to prepare. There's no rush. I'll tell you that because they look at the numbers, they look at your money, they look at you. Can you afford this? I'm not saying those that paid deposit of $5,000 did not get. They did. We had some that got that as well. But I'm saying the approval rate is higher when they see that you are financially prepared.
Amen.
Right. So that's just one thing I'll tell everyone because be careful of the news. It's very true. If you're coming, pay your 1 year school fees. You don't want them to refuse you on the grounds of you don't have money. Pay the 1 year school fees. It's not a guarantee for approval. Again, source of income is as important as the money in your account. If your source is not clean, there's no magic.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doc, for all the updates there. If you want to see Doc more on this platform, hit the like button right now so that I can book him more. Hopefully, next time he comes, he will be in 100% health to run us through some of the updates there. I will go to your comments now to wrap up. This is a live broadcast. So, yeah, this is from News with Abanga, Dear Choco Millionaire. I can't see the rest. I've missed you. Yes, I've missed you as well. Jay Baba with the thumbs up there. Thank you. Small Awa boss, why are you no longer on Facebook? I wanted to give you your flowers. I made it in NBCC, and the journey started the day you mentioned the college. Thank you so much for the flowers there. I still can get it, so send me an email and I'll find a way to get it so that I can give it to my wife this particular Thanksgiving. All right, thank you so much there. All right, yeah, okay. Okay, Osu Okotini Ellison. Hi, Uncle Jimmy. Hope you're good. Please, can one receive Naira from Nigeria in Canada with Afrias? Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can use Afrias to send money to Nigeria from Canada. Catherine Dubaza. Hello, dear. I trust you and the family are doing well. Yes, we're doing fine. Thank you so much. Let's see if there are comments and questions that I can take. One from Eugene Amuji. Choco, how are you? Eugene with a thumbs up, the hands there. Thank you so much. We are doing fine. Construction, no limit. Please, could advise, I'm going to say, could you advise the chances of study permit approval for a person who is doing a second course already in the program, but the approval is delaying? So you are doing a second course, you're already in the program, but the approval is delaying. Okay. So Doc, I think you got that. Well, I will say off my head that without knowing what documents you put together, we can't talk about anything regarding approval. I'm hoping that you submitted a strong application. Processing time could be general, but sometimes the strength of the documents you put together and its ability to meet the eligibility criteria determines what the approval will be like. I don't know. This is pretty general, just because I don't have enough information about the nature of your file. Math Kings, Perfumery, Legendary Choco, Millennial. Okay, let me skip all the phrases then go to. But thank you, Perfumery, Math Kings. I appreciate that. This one from Gabrielle Yele Duo. Choco, I need contact details of these guys for them to assist me, get my case to join me and my wife in Canada. I'm a student from Ghana studying. Oh, what did I do? The comments are gone. I'm a student from Ghana studying healthcare management, and my wife is on OSDP. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for that question, Doc. You had. How do you contact? I think it is pretty straightforward on the screen. Just look on the screen. It's scrolling right now on the screen for you. If you are referring to Dr. Harrison, the contact details is there. You can also find him on LinkedIn. You can find him on Instagram. His details, just search him up. Ray Immigration. Type. I should probably just roll the Ray Immigration. This one is Imibody, not Ray Immigration, right? So probably, Ray Immigration, RAE, and then you add immigration. Ray is RAE, Ray Immigration, or just simply type Dr. Harrison and his last name. Okay, you'll find him on Instagram as well. Okay. Kia Bowen, Eric, why have the study permit approval rate dropped so much, or have many people lost interest in applying to study in Canada? I think we've already covered the reasons in detail. Okay, I hope that satisfies your question there. Afi Kokui, will doctor be able to help with PR application? I'm currently in Ontario. Doc, that's a direct question to you. Are you able to assist folks who are looking into permanent residence application, especially those who are already here in Canada? Afi Kokui has that question for you.
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, PR has been one of my strongest suits. If you follow us on Instagram, Ray Immigration, you see we've just had one approval yesterday, actually. We've been having a lot of approvals for PR. In fact, there's a case I treated recently. The person did the PR first himself, got refused, got my contacts, got a new ITA, came to me. In fact, before coming he went to meet a lawyer for judicial review without understanding the reason of refusal. When I went through the GCMS note, I saw that the reason of refusal was simple. I didn't want to share this because we're in the study permit section. A lot of people submit their PR application and the letter of reference from their employer is copy and paste from the NOC code. A lot of updates on PR that if I want to talk about it.
So much update there.
But that was the reason why the gentleman was refused. And when I looked at it, I said, you're going to court, but this is what you did wrong. You just went to NOC, copy and paste. So the officer is telling you, you copy and paste. And he wrote it there. Why are you going to court? Why are you trying to sue the officer? For what exactly? And we went back, we reapplied. It was like, are you not going to write thousands of letters? I said, no, your reference letter was wrongly rated. Now we've fixed it. The employer knows how to write it better. He has done it. Submit. And in 29 days, I think, no, there was about, which was maybe July 29th. It was approved September 2nd. I cannot calculate the days. It's more than 29 days. And the gentleman is so happy. He's still in court for the first one with the lawyer, but he now has a PRO. I said, what is the decision for the lawyers? So just in a nutshell, we are very knowledgeable with PR application. Trust me, from provincial side to federal government to non-express entry and express entry process, I can handle it here.
Okay, so yes, the answer is yes. PR applications, if you need immigration consultant, yes, he does provide that. Irene Zekin, Choco, it's been a while, sir. I need to connect with you urgently. Check the bio of my YouTube channel. Contact details is there. Nessa's Diary. Hi, Choco, please. What if your program's duration is 1 year and paying the first semester fees is what you've decided on? Well, that is what you've decided on. Dr. Harrison is saying that per the quiet update there, it might be of a help or a boost if you are able to pay your full 1 year tuition. And the question is, how do you plan to pay the remaining semester tuition if you've already paid the first semester? If you have the funds, are you able to pay the remaining one? It does help. It's not a guarantee, but it does help. They are tightening things by the day, and those who actually prove that they have the resources to come and study, not just a bank statement, but showing that you were really committed to it, will likely get it. It doesn't mean you won't get it with the first semester tuition, but hey, just stay updated with what is happening, okay? You know yourself better, and you definitely know your finances better too. Sika Vibes. Hello, Choco. I am Sandra from Uganda. Can my boss submit in his bank statement as okay? Oh, sorry. Where did this thing go? Okay, my Sika from Uganda. My boss is willing to help me with a bank statement to study my management master's study in Ontario. Sorry, let me look for it in Ontario. He is also willing to submit a law firm bank statement, but I please need some advice. Remember, I'm not an immigration officer there. You have Dr. Harrison there. So if I understand, your boss from your work wants to support you financially, like bank statement. I think there was a classical example of a gentleman with a PhD coming from a company letter of him showing that they are sponsoring him to come and study and all of that, and he still got refused. That's a PhD student, right? So now, what is the guarantee that a bank statement from your boss? What's the guarantee that they actually will make the payment? What's the guarantee? A law firm backing it up, probably also a good idea, but the availability of funds in the account is not proof that it will be paid. That is what they've learned. And the truth is that the reality has shown that, yes, it is a case. A lot of people will get a bank statement, all right, and say that my uncle or my auntie will sponsor me. But the truth is that when they come, they don't have the money. So now the onus is on you, the applicant, to convince the RCC that indeed you intend to go to the school. How? The person who has paid the school fees is more likely to communicate to me that, you know what I mean? If you're buying a product from me and you order it online, or you place an order online, and somebody also places an order, but then they pay in advance, between the two, I will likely take the person who's paid in advance more serious, because he's already paid without even receiving the product, right? Compared to the other person. Now, this is not to say the person who also place the order online will not buy, but there is more likely the one who is already paid will be committed compared to the one who has just placed an order, right? So yeah, do what you have to do. If you really, you know yourself better. You know, folks watching me, you know yourself. Some of you watching me, the days of you listening to YouTubers just telling you cock and bull stories are gone. We have to be real. If you're coming to Canada to study and you don't have the money, it's not worth coming. I've done a video on it already. I explained. You're coming to stress yourself. We meet many of them. We can't help them. We have many of them around. Many of our brothers and sisters who are around, they're stranded. They're destitute. That's the word, destitute. RCC calls these people destitute international students. They can't afford accommodation. They can't afford food. They can't go to the school because they don't have the money. The bank statement they use that supposedly was going to take care of them, the money is not available. We call it for show. They just showed it to get a visa. What happens? Majority will seek asylum, right? Majority will seek asylum. Majority who don't want to seek asylum will become stranded. And when they're stranded, they're in the system. This is what has caused all these changes you're seeing here, because people have taken advantage of the system for far too long, right? So we are trying to let you know. I'm not saying don't do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you, know what the possible outcome will be, so that you don't come here and then, you know, you're all over in the media rushing to make news here and there that Canada is no. Canada didn't treat you. The requirement was clear. Show us proof that you want to go to school. Show us proof that you can go to school and finish your study without having to rely on Canadian jobs to survive. If you are that kind of student, keep trying. You definitely will get a visa. But if you're the type who wants to come and work to pay your school fees, it's a wrong strategy in 2025. Tariff 2025. Trump tariff 2025. McCartney government 2025, where things are all stressed everywhere. That's a reality. Nobody's going to sugarcoat things. All right. But by the way, there's a general message. I'm not saying this to what's the name? The lady from Sika Vibes. I'm just using that to just speak to all of that. I think I've done an extended video on it about 2 weeks ago. I just want you to be real with yourself. There is a difference between trying and hoping things will work, and there's a difference between diligently planning. Those who will get the visas are more likely those who are diligent and are planning well, and they understand what it takes, their responsibilities, and they are financially prepared. If you don't have the resources and you're hoping to use those other documents to get your visa, just remember, if you don't get it, don't be too disappointed, because they are vetting things much well now. And if you come and you get stranded, just remember you were told ahead of time that preparation is important. All right. So this is where we will be ending today's session. 1 hour, 26 minutes, but I hope it was worth every bit of your time. If you did enjoy this session, please hit the like button. And if you want us to do more of this, pray for Dr. Harrison to be in good health. He works with so many people, and he himself, he goes through a lot of pressure. Sometimes people, hey, if you're watching me, guys, you can see I've been issuing the disclaimer. You hardly see me bring immigration consultant before. When I bring one, I've done my research, right? This man you are seeing here understands immigration, is licensed to be a consulting resource person to you. He's not a guarantor of your visa. He does not issue visas. If you don't have your documents, do not approach him hoping that he was going to cook things up. He's not going to do that. Make sure you are contacting him if you know you got what it takes to apply and you have the resources. He's not going to do magic for you. And you definitely don't send me a message. I'm going to fire you well if you send me a message that you reach out to him and then you were hoping that he does something and he won't do it for you. No, send me a message when you've done your part of the job. Don't send me a message if you don't have what it takes. There are people who reach out. Oh, Choco, can you do this for me? I said, no, we don't cook magic for here. Nobody's cooking documents anywhere. Have it. If you don't have it, nobody can produce it for you. That's what the fake agents do. And this is not a business of fake agents. This is somebody working with what you have, not what you don't have. So only contact me if you're serious. Don't contact if you're hoping for magic out of the blue. No, it doesn't work like that. On this platform, I said, you can't quote us anywhere and say, oh, they promise. No, he doesn't promise visa. Do you have the right documents? Even if your visa is approved and you generally have the right documents, he will fight for you. He will keep studying. You heard what he said. He hates to lose. He wants to fight to make sure you get it. So have the patience to work with men. Don't give him pressure. Or now they give him pressure, the man can't sick. If you give him pressure now, when you sick, where I don't get them, I'll come and fire all of you. Anyway, that's me getting serious there. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate. Yeah, Sika Vibes. I have my. Oh, Sika Vibes is coming with another question again. All right, Sika Vibes. I have my 1 year tuition of 25K. That's a good one. Ready? And can afford at least 10K savings for expenses. Not enough. Not enough. Right away, not enough. The requirement says 1 year tuition, 1 year living expenses. Good news, 1 year school fees sorted out. But you said you have it ready. Ready means what? In a bank statement, ready means what? I have paid the tuition and I have the receipt showing I've paid. I have 10K. Good enough, but not enough to meet the IRCC requirement. What is the requirement from IRCC? You need 20,000 plus, a little over 20,000, almost 21,000 for a 1 year living expenses. So we still are a little bit short. If you present this document, there is a good chance the officer will scrutinize it and say you have insufficient funds available. In fact, many of you may just not need just a 1 year school fees and a 1 year living expenses. You may even need to have an extra funds beyond this to call the buffer emergency fund to show that worst case scenario, if the worst comes, you still have a little bit more left beyond the school fees and your living expenses. All right. I hope this gives you some. Definitely reach out to Dr. Harrison if you want to pick his mind on that. And remember, you need to also reach out to him by booking an appointment. Don't expect to talk to him for free. Time is not free in Canada. Everybody's busy here. All right. All right. So that will be for now. Hit the like button and show us that you like these sessions, and we'll definitely come your way. If it's also too long, please comment below and we'll do our best to keep them short as well. Okay. God bless you and thanks for watching. Doc, happy to have you here. Be in good health and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.